Hello, everyone, and welcome to L&L Diamond Painting. Tonight, you only have Lee. Lenore is sick. She is half passed out on the bed. You may hear her from time to time, but, nonetheless, she is... Oh, God, that's dark. I was going to say, I looked like I was in the dark here for a minute. But no, it's just the lid of my laptop. Anyway, Lenore is, she's not feeling good. She woke up about, well, let me say hello to everybody first. Not that there's a lot of hellos to say, but, there's a couple. And my apologies for no snack table. It got messed up somehow. So I got to fix the snack table. It got mixed up with somebody else's, and I have to fix everything. So hello, Kerry Leonard. And hello, Cindy. Because everybody's probably confused because I'm on at 6 tonight instead of what used to be my 7 o'clock. But we have I did mention it last week. We did move an hour ahead, or an hour up. Hey, Dix. Thank you, Ditsy. But yeah, we moved an hour up, so we're now on at 6 o'clock. I'm sure some people will just take some time getting used to it. But anyway, getting back to my story as I was telling it, about 1, 2 o'clock this morning, somewhere in there, Lenore started feeling sick. She got real cold. Of course, I'm sweating at the time. She got really cold, started shivering, couldn't control it, couldn't stand up very well. When she finally did get up, go do what she had to do, and come back, I had her wrapped up in the blanket, and then I had to get under the blanket and wrap up with her to try to keep her warm. Because, as Lenore calls me, her human furnace. Apparently, I'm a little bit warm. Half the time I try to cuddle with her at night because she complains she doesn't get cuddles enough, so I cuddle with her, and she turns around and throws me away. Get away from me, you're too warm. So, anyway, you always earn your brownies and lobster. That's it. So we were up good 3/4 of the night trying to get her all warmed up. She finally got warmed up at about 5, roughly. And I would not let her get out of bed. She has been in bed ever since. I've been getting her something to drink, and I was going to get her something to eat, and then I remembered I had the live. So I'll probably get her a soup or something, maybe a cup of soup or something. You have vegetable beef? Okay. So I'll get her a vegetable beef. Veggie. Not veggie. Because I don't have my teeth in, so I can't see V. Bonjour, Melanie. Hello and welcome in. So that is why Lenore is not behind the camera. Or in front of the camera, I should say. She is behind the camera, sleeping. Well, not sleeping, but resting. She's got her emotional support cat with her, so she's happy. So you guys are stuck with me. Oh, Melanie, now do you think I would do that? She said, remember, Lee, if you prepare food for Lenore, it's to make her feel better, not worse. Just because I burn things. Well, I hope so, Cindy. You better be able to deal. We wouldn't have a card game without it. Yes, I know. Sick, twisted joke. Well, dumb joke, actually. But there are tons of those. What? Yes, I see. He's cuddled up to your shoulder. Probably because you didn't notice the fact that I don't have my beard. But then again, you should have noticed that from last week. Very good, Kerry. That's a very good thing. I kind of figured it would, but I didn't want to say anything. Any operation is, huh? Kerry's finger operation. She said it went well. Oh, you watched it, huh? Excuse me. Hey, Jay Lee, the other Lee, or Jalili, whichever way you want to go by. Melanie says, sending healing vibes to you, Lenore, and anyone that needs it. Jay Lee just came in and said, hello, all. And Carrie was just saying she watched the operation. So apparently it must have been a local deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, can't you tell? I got to shave again, though, because I left a lot of stubble. So, but that's okay. I got to stop rocking, too. Damn it. Things are going okay in the house. I'm kind of dreading when Lenore gets better because I'm afraid I'm going to get it next. And going with what she went through, nah, not a good thing. I'm cutting in and out. I don't know if that's me or you. Am I cutting out to anybody else? Okay. I'm just checking. Must be you, Julie Lee. What do you know? Something I can actually blame on somebody else. And mean it. Ah. Julie Lee, did you ever get your Woody? What are you going to do? Put it next to the beaver? Remember, you're sick. You don't get the jokes. Well, it's that elusive beaver. Oh, by the way, speaking of the beaver, uh, Tammy could not make it tonight. I talked to her earlier. She is still really feeling bad. She's not feeling well at all. So I told her to take the night off. Go rest, relax. Yes, I know it's a Toy Story diamond painting. But I told her to relax and stay at home. Why am I still saying live in 7 minutes? What the hell? Okay, there I am. That was weird. But yes, I know it's a Toy Story diamond painting. But let's face it, it went well with the missing beaver. That's probably why. You'll have to forgive the computer in my face. But unfortunately, until I get my eyes checked and cleared, I have to do some strange things. And they put the computer up in my face. So that's how I watch your live half the night, Tits. With the computer in my face so I can read what's being said by everybody. But anyway. But anywho. But anyhow. I don't know. Oreo, what are you doing? How is everybody doing tonight? You sure it's just the cloth that's glow in the dark? Maybe it's a thin cloth. Yes, I am back to myself. As a matter of fact, I'm a little bit better because the watchdog isn't. The phone shut down. Thank you. Hey, I do clean up rather well, I want you to know. Make sure I get this right. Yep, there I am. Nope, that's not me. What the hell? There I am. Yes, that's me in a tuxedo. And Lenore in her wedding gown. And if I could keep it on the camera, I'd be really happy. So yeah, that's us from a long time ago. 30 plus years. So nobody can say that I don't clean up well. Even if my hair was a mess. Or was it? I can't even remember now. I was just looking at it. Yeah, my hair was a mess. It's too long. I should have shaved it. Brought it down to what it is now. And I still clean up well when I really want to, Melanie. Right now, I just don't have any reason to. So I can lay around. Not like I work for a living. Being on disability shit sucks. It really does. But that's okay. I'll get over it. It's just, I don't go anywhere anymore. I gotta turn around and find some things to do. Actually, what I gotta do is see about going to physical therapy. Because I think what's wrong is the way my foot is right now, and it will be until I can get the operation on it. A second operation on it, that is. I walk cockeyed, so I think it's throwing my hip off. So I'll get that done, and then I'll see about going to chiropractor to straighten out the bones, and then go into physical therapy. Everything done all at once. Or at least hope to, anyway. Well, how is everyone doing this evening? We hear that Carrie got her Carrie Leonard got her operation and it went well. Hey, Judith. That's okay. You go right ahead and listen. It's not like there's a lot to look at. It's only me. You know? Cindy has to throw me under the bus every time. Cleaned up well 30 years ago. And then she redeems herself by sending billions of hearts. Ew. You don't have well water, do you? Paul's digging up their backyard. Got an underground water leak. Ew. They got a well. That sucks. Hey, if he can do the job, it's a lot cheaper than paying somebody else to come in and do it. You know? Much easier. Excuse me. I don't think I could do with well water, though. I need city water, city sewer. Yeah, I don't do the whole septic tank thing either. Yeah, well, still, it's it's still even though you had to find that, it's still a little bit cheaper than having to pay somebody to come and fix it on top of that. You know, it's nice being married to a handyman, huh? I could never do it. Ew. Travel time of $105 for a 15-minute drive. Not cool. Not cool at all. Uh-huh. Are you okay? Huh? Oh. Well, I'm sorry. Do you want me to help you?
Yes.
All right. Hold on, guys. I'm still here. I've just got to give Lenore a hand with something. So forgive me. Right, so if I grab you by the ankles
I don't think it's good.
and I pull you,
Help.
and then I grab your hands and I steady you there. The reason we had to do that was because of the fact that the side of the bed that she lays on currently is blocked off because of where I have the phone set. So she had to go across the bed to my side of the bed in order to be able to get up. But unfortunately, she couldn't scoot herself over. Hey, Christopher. But so yeah, there is that. No, I couldn't do well water or septic system. I'd go nuts. It's just that it's easy to put a filter on my tap if need be. Hello, Sarah Ann. How are you, Sarah Ann? Yes, I'm a little loopy. What can I tell you? I'm also, there was something I was going to say, and I completely blanked out. No idea what it was. Oh, the drive live. I actually got for real directions, including the street view from Google. So I know exactly where I'm going to get the beach. So we're going to go to the beach. We're going to try to go to the beach for a third time. If it fails this time, we're not going to the beach. But we will have other places to go. I still want to see if the manatee are still hanging out down by the power plant, because they, after a while, they go off their own way because it's past winter time. But there's a couple of other places we have in mind to go see. I know some people want to see the horses because there's a horse stable up the road. Yeah, there's a place to see some animals somewhere along the line. If I could get to, if I was well enough to go to the Tampa Zoo, I'd go there. But unfortunately, they don't have scooters that we could actually use. They have, of course, they have wheelchairs, but I ain't trying to wheel myself all around the Tampa Zoo. No, that's okay. So, but we, like I said, we still have a few places we can check out and go see. And I actually got a dashboard mount for the camera, so it won't be as shaky anymore. And it won't tire out Lenore's hand and arm from holding the camera all the time. Of course, I think of that second, you know. What can I tell you? I mean, first I pull you across the bed by the ankles. You got company. Yeah. Cindy came in. Cindy, Minnie. I do have, we do have, I should say we do have, I think right now is a total of 6 sponsors for the events coming up in September and November. Unfortunately, with everybody's being ill and whatnot, and getting other things done and family issues and whatnot, we haven't really sat down and put together the rules, even though the rules are pretty much common sense for the most part. But I still want to get them down in writing so we can put them on the Facebook pages. Sorry about that. I had to squint and see what was being read or what was being typed. Yeah, I don't feel bad, Sarah. Lenore's not feeling very well herself. I explained during the first part of the live that she had the shakes half the night. You know, got sick, has a little bit of trouble standing. You know, so she has been relinquished to the bed for the day and night, and however long I can keep her there, which probably won't be too much longer because she's probably going stir crazy. Well, sort of, not really, because she's awake for about 5 minutes and she falls back to sleep. So just stay on that side. Huh? You won't be able to get up again. All right. I suppose. She's stubborn. I'll tell you, she's very stubborn. You what? Yeah, well, you're still stubborn. Thick-headed Irishman or not. But gotta keep checking the phone, make sure it doesn't cut out on me again. So anyway, as far as that goes, so we do have some sponsors for the Share the Care and for in remembrance of for 9/11. Make sure that stays in everybody's minds. I'm going to try again to put some of the videos out that I had set aside last year, because I was assured that whatever happened wasn't because of a copyright strike. So I'm going to try to put those out again during the 9/11 remembrance event. We're trying to put something together for music for the events, because Lenore wants to do something in the way of a song for the events. Of course, right now she couldn't sing if her life depended on it, but she does want to do something. Just figured I'd keep you all up to date on what's going on, you know. I'm not sure, Judith. I haven't really thought about that. Sorry, my mustache keeps curling up and tickling my nose. But I haven't really thought about a Discord for it as well. I know a lot of people don't do Facebook, and a lot of people don't do Discord. So there would have to be some sort of a happy medium in there somewhere. But I will keep it in mind because I do Discord all the time. I am always on Discord. Excuse me. I mean, I don't say much on it sometimes, but I am always there. You started it. Yawning. You're lucky you're sick. Come over there and beat you up. Just for getting me to start yawning. Hey, even when she's sick, I gotta pick on her. That wouldn't be me if I didn't. But yeah, I'll have to work that out and see if I can't get a figure out something for Discord. Well, you can do. You mean just filmed videos or live type things? Because you can do shared screens. You know, you can see what's on the screen and hear about it. But I'm not sure about uploading videos though. Necessarily. I mean, I know you can put links in if you have a link, but I don't think you can actually upload into Discord. No worries, Ditzy. No worries. The water situation comes first. Yeah, you can put links in, but you can't really upload a video. I think. Yeah, no, I'm right. Come on. I'm right. Am I? Yeah, I'm right. Okay. What the hell is this? Right in the middle of the live, I get a spam call. Isn't that just so fun? I'm moving slow today. I'm also having some laptop difficulties too, so just bear with me every now and then. I don't know what else you can hear around me, but there are other things going on as well. My brother has to go out back on the sun porch or lanai or whatever favorite fancy term you want to use, otherwise known as the back screened in area, because there's no smoking allowed in the house. So when he goes out there, he watches his videos, and unfortunately, because these walls and these doors are so thin, You can have glass sliders in three places: living room, kitchen, and here in the master bedroom. You can hear everything that goes on out there. They're old houses, but trying to think what else there is. I don't think there's really much else. I mean, I mentioned the events. Still got work to do on those. I still got to get a hold of some people. I got to go to hold of Laura, Anxiety Art Adventures. I got to get a hold of Jenny from the Young Crafty Crafter. I got to get a hold of, who else was there? There was a third one on my end that I had to get a hold of. Tammy's got a couple she's got to get a hold of, and Kat's got a couple that she's got to get a hold of to, let them know what we're planning. We're getting them to say yes or no, but we haven't told them yet what we're doing. The intention is, because, I mean, let's face it, I'm so poor I can't afford to pay attention, so therefore I wanted to do it in a way where all the sponsors had to do was just give gift codes, gift cards, whatever you want to call them, so that people can have a percentage off on their shops. I didn't want to put any extra burden, especially today, in the economy today. I didn't want to put any extra burden on the small shops, because everything we're doing, we're getting sponsors from all small shops. We're not doing any of the bigger shops, with maybe one exception. Thank you. Lenore just reminded me that we do have one exception to that, but it's primarily all small shops, and I don't want to add any extra burden onto them. So I don't want to say, "Hey, can you help us out by shipping?" No, I don't want that. I just want them to give me a code, or have them email the shop so that they can get the code to them, so that people can have prizes, people can have things, but by the same token, it's not going to cost them, those of us that are struggling, an arm and a leg. So that's how it's going to go for both events, by the way. If the people that are sponsoring want to offer a gift, that's one thing. But we'll have to work out how that's going to go. I'm not going to refuse it, but primarily it's going to be gift cards, gift codes. It's just easier for everybody all the way around. At least I think so. Then you don't have to worry about waiting in the mail for your gift, which is always so much fun when you know something's coming. Ask Tammy. She goes nuts every time she knows something's coming and it hasn't been there in time. Especially when Berta sends her something. Berta sent things to Lenore and I and to her at the same time. I get mine, and Tammy doesn't get hers for another 3 weeks. Mailed out the same day. Mailed out the same time. Oh, there goes one of the poltergeists. The poltergeist named Cinnamon just walked out the door. But I just think it's fair. Just do gift codes. I think it's fair on everybody and easy on everybody. There's not a lot of hard work. Like I said, if they want to donate something for whatever reason or for whatever part of the event, that's fine. But all I'm asking is gift cards. gift codes. You know what I mean. Whichever it is. I don't know. So yes, there is that. I did mention that. I did mention the Drive Live. I do have the potential, not this month, but next month. I have a plan for a guest on the end of month. So the end of month live for July, I may have a guest telling their story for caregiving, because they also did a lot of caregiving and are currently doing caregiving as well. But I will expand more on that at a later date. You okay over there? Huh?
No.
All right. I'm just checking. So, see that? I don't have Tammy here to pick on. My wife is sick, so I want to be nice to her. Good gravy. And now I'm sitting here going, okay, what do I want to talk about next? My problem is I don't want to do a script. I don't want to sit there and say this, and this. You know, I mean, writing a subject down is one thing, just so you can refer and say, okay, I wanted to talk about this, I wanted to talk about that. That I might have to start doing. But as far as here's what I want to say about that no, I'd rather not do that, because then you just sound like you're reading, and in a sense you are. How did I start diamond painting? Good question. Because I don't remember. No, actually, I remember some time ago when I was living up in Massachusetts, I had seen a diamond painting in Walmart or someplace. Like, at first it looked interesting, and then I went, oh, wait a minute. No, I don't think so. Because the symbols were really tiny, and from the picture that I saw on the box, it was just like, yeah, I don't think so. Too complicated. So I just put it down, you know, and then 3 years ago, I was looking for something. This was, of course, you know, just 3 or 4 years ago, just after COVID. So it was about 2021, somewhat 2021, 2022, somewhere in there. I was looking for something to do because I was bored. You know, I just started going on disability, and I was used to getting up and working for 8, 10, 12, 16 hours. And I remembered, hey, diamond painting. So Lenore bought me, we were discussing it, and Lenore bought me she didn't buy me the kit first. She bought me the accessories, some extra pens, a tray, you know, those little rubber mats, you know, that kind of thing. And I started actually watching videos. I started out with Katie, Diamond Tawashi. And then I went from Katie to Jade, from Jade to, I forget. I went through a lot of diamond painting people at that point in time. And I was just trying to get the gist of it, trying to get without having to buy a kit. I wanted to look at it. I wanted to see what they were doing, you know, watching the whipping chats. Then I got hooked on their lives, those that had lives, that is. And then I just started collecting diamond painting creators, so to speak, and started watching them individually to see where I would fit in if I were to diamond paint with anybody, so to, in a sense, meaning diamond painting along with them. But shortly after I started watching, Lenore had come up with an advertisement for, I think it was a pre-sample kit type of thing. It was a 30 by 30, not even a 30 by 30. And that's where I got the custom of the two kittens up in the cat tree that's right here behind me. I got a custom of that up there behind me. And I did that one. I was like, that was around. Of course, back then they didn't have squares, or at least not that I knew of anyway. And I was like, I did that in like 2 days, maybe 3, because I just couldn't stop. I just kept on going. And of course, the rest is history, as it were. I won a craftably kit from Diamond Painters Anonymous. I won a craftably kit from her. That's the one I've been working on ever since. And the reason that's taken me so long is because I can only diamond paint for about an hour or so every couple of days because my back hurts. Because I've got back issues that just will not go away. I found different tricks and tips that other creators have put out that I'm like, oh, that does work. Well, that doesn't work so well for me. Yeah, that does work. So I just keep trying to do that and trying to do this, that, and the other thing, trying to get it all put together. And I've got this one I got this one a little over half done. I had to turn it around, so I'm working from the top now, so because I can't reach it. I'm afraid, everybody, I roll mine. Well, I'm afraid to roll mine because I'm afraid that it's going to fall apart and all that work's going to go straight to hell. But, so I just let it flat. I just moved the diamond painting around. Eventually, I'll have to do something. Excuse me, because when I get up high enough, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that last row up. No, I didn't really. No, I take that back. I did. When I was in Massachusetts, the first thing I started doing before diamond painting was paint by numbers. And that's what got me to thinking of diamond painting, because I was like, paint by numbers, but I didn't have any place I could really do that here. But I did say, well, it's just like paint by numbers, it's just 3-dimensional. So I finally got the oomph to get up and do it. But the only things I've ever done are paint by numbers, and I'm gonna do a video of the 3 that I have. Actually, I have 4, but I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in the closet. Huh? Yeah, but that was the 5th one. She was just saying that I gave one to her brother. I said, yeah, but But other than that, not really. I'm not really a creatively crafty individual. I can't look at something and say, I think I'll make this out of it. I don't have that. If it doesn't come with like paint by numbers or like with diamond painting, it has all the things laid out right there. I can't do it. I can't do cross stitch. I can't do latch hook. That's just, to me, is like really boring. I don't do knitting or sewing or crocheting or any of that. Well, no use to crochet. But I don't have the creative mind or whatever you want to call it. Just like with blinging, I don't think I could ever bling because even if somebody gave like Tima directions on here, this is how you do that, I could do it that way, I'm sure. But as far as doing it myself, nah, I don't think I could because I'd look at it and go, literally just like that. Just look at it and go, oh. So I just don't have that kind of a mindset. I mean, I'd like to someday, and maybe someday I will try, but for right now, I'm just going to do things as jargon. Yeah. And thank you, Ditz. I appreciate it. She's saving my bacon. She's asking me questions. But, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Missy! No problem. No problem at all. You and your autocorrect. She says, Haley, Haley, how are you doing? Where is Lauren? But she does because she's on her phone and it autocorrects for her. But we know what you mean. Well, that's because I went on an hour. I'm going on an hour early from now on, Michi. I'm going on 6 to 7 because Ditsy wanted to get on an hour earlier, and when I was talking to her about it, we had both said, yeah, well, then at least some of the people that are over in the UK and whatnot can catch at least part of both of our lives. So it's always that's okay. Not to worry. I forgot. She does speech to text because she has a hard time typing. So no, you keep going speech to text. That's quite all right. If I can't figure it out, I'll ask.
Call me anything you like.
Call me anything you like. Well, you are late for dinner. But I don't know about the best bits, but I'm pretty flexible. But like I said, you brought up a very valid point. At least with the hour move, people can watch a little easier that are overseas. You know? It's a very valid point. You're good at making points. Should be a basketball player or a hockey player. You know? Oh, I can't do that. No. I forget with Ditzy, I have to be a little bit more specific because I said I was pretty flexible. So she said, let's see you do the splits then. Ah, Ditzy. Why did I decide to start my channel? I was looking at what people were doing. Thank you, Cindy. I was looking at what people were doing, and as I said, I started watching lives and started watching all the whip and chats and the lives and the unboxings and everything else. And I could do that. I could do that too, sort of. I say sort of because my unboxings are a little bit quicker than most because I don't go through the every single drill pack deal. But I'm sitting there thinking, this looks like fun. And then I started second guessing myself, which some of us always do. And saying, and even Shay will tell you, because I said it to her, I don't know how many times. I don't do anything. You know what I mean? I don't go out for different things. I don't work. I don't have a pet that I take out for a walk. I don't have kids that I have to run around and maybe get some time out there. Well, in comes the bigger poltergeist, Oreo. And I was like, and that's where Shay turned around. And that's why I call her. That's why I say I'm a Shay minion, because she, along with others, would say, just turn it on and record. You'd be surprised because there's room for everyone. And I had that drilled in my head, and I turned around one day and I said, you know what? Screw it. The worst that can happen is I'd be lucky if I got 10 subscribers. At least I'm doing something that I have fun with. And I started it. I did the start of the channel. Back then it was Diamonds and Dew is what it used to be called. And I started reading the comments because that's, as I've always said from the beginning, that was my script. I wanted to make sure that people got attention for taking the time not only to watch the video or watch the live, but I wanted to make sure they got a pat on the back, so to speak, for taking the time to comment. So I brought that up and I started doing that, which I will never stop, by the way. And I was having a hard time because I'd have to stop, find my place, read it, and then answer. And Lenore turned around and said, well, I could read those for you. So I said, yeah. And we started working on the channel together. And that's when we realized that we were going to be doing it all the time together, we changed the name to L&L. Couldn't figure out Diamonds and Dew just wasn't fitting because even though Lenore likes Dew, she's not a Dew fan like me. So we had to call it something, and I said, you know what? It's plain and simple. L and L. Lee and Lenore. So we did that. And it's been going well. It's been really going well. I've had some slips. I've made some errors, but I bounced back from it with the help of some friends. Saying to me, hey, knock it off before I kick you in the ass. That kind of thing. Or just the simple, don't worry about it. I'll do diamond painting. That's a good one. I never even thought of that. I'll have to talk to Lenore about that when she's a little bit more coherent. She is okay. She does this, But that's actually funny. Anyway, so that's how it all started. And I turned around. Somebody had said to me at one point in one of the comments that they want to see me go through the roof with growth. But by the same token, they don't want to see me grow because it'll take away the personal touch on the comments. And I told her back, I typed back and I said, no, that'll never happen because no matter how busy we get with comments coming in, we're still going to reply. Because as most of you know that have commented, I try to do a personal reply. Thanks, Cindy. I appreciate it. Gee, you had to throw me under the bus again, that kind of thing. Or, thank you for the hearts and the well wishes, and, thank you for commenting. Thank you for your feedback, that kind of thing. But I always use the individual's name when I can. There are some that I don't know the name to, and I use an abbreviation of whatever the screen name is. Yes, I talk with my hands a lot. Sorry. So I use an abbreviation of what the screen name is because I am lousy at remembering names. So even if you tell me once or twice, when I see it in comments, I go, wait a minute, what was her name again? So I got to work on that. But I always try to leave a personal comment, a personal reply in the comments to the person's comment. And that, again, that will never change, just like reading the comments. If I get so lucky, I may have to do a continuational type of thing, where I read as much as I can during the whip and chat, but have to continue it on to the next whip and chat, which means I'll never catch up. But, I suppose even if I can't catch up, at least I can muster. Well, maybe a little mayo. Hey, what are you raising your hand for? Well, yeah, but I'm talking about I'm not talking about the typing of that. I'm talking about when we read. I mean, yeah, when we read them on the whip and chats, if we get so many that we'll have to cut them off at some point, we'll just have to continue the next set the following week. But as far as typing to them, no, we'll be doing those together. Waka 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 waka. Trying to tell me what time it is? Let me look. Once again, mouse. Okay, I still got a little bit of time. Already read that. So yes, why did I? So that's why I decided to start the channel, Cindy. I didn't realize that as many people would like it as they do, and we are. I keep still saying I am, and I gotta get out of that habit. We are more appreciative than we can ever tell you. For those of you that keep coming back, or those of you that start new and decide to stay. We love the likes, we love the subscribes, obviously. So yes, please do. Right down there, somewhere. Yeah. But check them out. The one thing that I never said I was going to do that I'm still now considering is monetization in some way or another. Uh, Only because of the fact that I want to be able to put something into the channel to give back for everything that everybody's done for us. Not just the gifts, not just the surprises, not just the, anonymous gifts like we had gotten once. I'd still love to know who the hell that was. I know I never will, but I do want to believe. I do want to believe. All right. Oh no. I do want to give back something as well. So anything that I get would actually go into the channel, unless I had an emergency. uh, yep, you are right, Cindy. A lot of you did know me before my channel, because I kept watching and kept commenting. I don't think I was doing the snack tables before I got my channel, but that could be a mistake. But oh yeah, most definitely. I was everywhere. But I sort of like burned it at that point. And I got to get back into that too. I'm missing so many things. Everything in the household has gone a little kaflooey lately. And I've missed so many lives that I got to catch the replay on, and so many whippet chats and whatnot. But I try to make it fun. I try to make it interesting. And when I go off, I go off. But then I come back. Then I go off again. That's why my train has detachable rails. Because I'm always doing something. It's nice to have fun again. You know that? It really is. Even when I go, what am I saying? Yeah, I do get serious every now and then, not just on the end of months, because that is a serious topic, serious conversation. Even though I play around on there too, but not as bad. But I do get serious every now and then and have serious talks with everybody. I just figure that's part of who I am and part of what I am. I'm a relatively open book. You just never know what's going to go on throughout my head. You really don't want to go in there either. It's kind of a scary place. Not to mention really dirty. So you don't want to go in there. But it's nice to be back. And I appreciate the ones that helped me get back. You'd be surprised. By the way, speaking of which, just again, that serious moment, don't be afraid if somebody is your friend and they're acting like an idiot. Don't be afraid to approach them and say, hey, we need to have a talk. And tell them as nicely as you can, not like me, because I don't do things nicely, but you tell them as nicely as you can, shit or get off the pot, get it right. If they're any kind of a friend, they will appreciate it, I don't read books. But they they will appreciate it. And then you'll have somebody like me who turns around and says, "Thank you very much," every time I turn around because I can't believe what an ass I was. That's okay. Anyway, no, I don't read books, Ditsy. I wait till they come out in the movies because I don't have the attention span. I would. Will you wait a minute? And I'll tell him. He's waving around like a banshee. I don't have the attention span. I sat there one day and tried to read a book. It's a very good book, from what I understand. But I think I read the same 2 pages 5 times and didn't even realize it. All of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute, that's sounding awfully familiar. And sure enough, I was reading the same page. Lenore, on the other hand, is a voracious reader. E-books, regular books, doesn't matter. She loves to read, which is one of the problems that she's having now because of her eyesight. She can't read as much as she wants to. No, audiobooks would bore me too because somebody talking is too repetitive for me and I end up falling asleep. And yes, I did try audiobooks once. Mystery, action, smut. Well, pretty much mystery, smut, and vampire smut. What? Well, she calls them romance. What? Huh? You don't read smut? Okay. She calls them heavy romance. But she reads a lot of different things. You know, your favorite author is who again? You have too many. Okay. She had a lot of favorite authors. You can't remember them all. As a matter of fact, she read all 5 books, 5 books or 7 books of Potter.
I don't know.
She read all the books. By the time the movies came out, she had already read all 7 books, or 6 books, or 5 books, or whatever it was. She read all the books. You know, we sat there one time and we found a place that does, you know, like, we'll buy your books at a discount rate type of deal. And so we took all the books at that point that she had read, and she had come up with like 150 books. And at that point in time, I hadn't known her all that long. It was only 3 years, I think, at that point. And she had read all of these books. But so whenever the movie would come out, she'd be like, "Oh, that's just like the book. Well, that's a little off from the book. Oh, wait a minute, that one's just like." And there was one particular one, and I don't remember which one it was, that she turned around and looked at it and said, "I do not like this movie. It is nothing like the book, or almost nothing like the book." Books are always better to you. To me, I'll wait till it comes to the movies. I just can't. I wish I could. Don't get me wrong. I've tried several times. I can read short stories. There we go again. I can read short stories, but short stories is about it for me. Huh? 7:15. I gotta get off here pretty soon. Excuse me. Yes, by the way, Ditsy, if you could put your channel in for me, please. Dipsy will be coming up in about 45 minutes. So make sure you go over to Ditsy's Diamond Den to say hello to her and Dear Helper. They are an awesome pair. You know, I may not type it in, Ditsy, but I still think you're an awesome pair. Although I don't know, you might be an awesome apple too. I don't know. You know, maybe a peach. Oh, you're eating. Okay, well, unfortunately, I can't do it myself right now. I'm a little tied up. Or maybe I can. Wait a minute. Let me try. Let me try. Come on, there we go. Now go all the way down to D. I have more diamond YouTube creators than Carter's got liver pills. One of these days I'm going to count them up and share it. But it's all, they're all diamond painting, diamonds around the world, diamond painting with MMD, always starts with diamond. Oh, you already did it? Okay, fine. You beat me to it. I was just about to put it in too, because I just picked it up. Yes, Cindy, they are the best. I second that. One day I'm going to grow up and be just like them. What? You don't believe me? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut out because I'm running out of things, and you guys have saved my bacon by asking me the questions, and I do appreciate that a lot. But I will see you over at Ditsy's once I get the computer put back and plugged in and everything else. So I will see you over there. I will have the snack table set because Ditsy's snack table is fine. It's just mine that got borked. Or foobarred. I have to start from scratch. Anyway, have a good time. Have a good night. See you next week as far as the interactive chat. See you on Thursday, or at least talk to you on Thursday during the Whiffin' Chat. Remember, do not have to worry about faking it till you make it, because you just have to believe it until you receive it, and it will happen eventually. Have a wonderful time, everybody. From Lenore and I, thank you very much. Helps if I hit the right button. Ending stream would be hit. I went to hit a beta test on something else, and I went to hit end stream and I hit beta test on something else.